In today's episode of Azur Lane Deep Research, we are taking a deep dive into submarine reload mechanics. Are you familiar with this table on the wiki? Guess what, it's ROM by 20 to 30 reload on many of the relevant subs with breakpoints in the 100 to 200 range, like these for bidder. The 2 times VT times 8 minus reload count part of the formula makes no sense, and this other variable, initial delay, also doesn't exist in reality. I've known this for over a year, but don't bother trying to get it fixed because the author of this page does not accept any correction or proof originating from me in particular. Anyways, now that we have a rainbow sub, I404, I finally sat down, figured out the correct formula, and even made this salvo calculator for your enjoyment. This link will be in the description below. Note that both the calculator and the table only serve as a general reference for bidder and G7E because, let me read the disclaimer out loud, in a real battle the enemy can be out of range even if the submarine is ready to fire. That means the next reload often gets delayed for bidder or G7E. Hence, do not assume she will fire that many salvos by meeting the minimum reload requirement. The instructions are below the calculator. I'll show an example now and provide example videos at the end. Select a submarine preset like Baraka. My Baraka is level 120 and oathed to 200 affinity, so she actually has 105 reload instead of 107 on her info screen. She has 232 base oxygen, and her skill gives her 20 extra oxygen. That was applied by the preset already. In case the preset didn't cover something, you can always type it in yourself. For cats, I have 40 reload. So if my Baraka is using snorkel hull bidder, the first row, then in the ideal case, she can finish 2 salvos of bidder with 11 seconds of extra time. That extra time is a buffer to protect against bad RNG. You know, if the boss is outside the bidder's range when it's ready to fire. If she doesn't use snorkel, then we can replace it with an oxytorp, right? Which gives 10 reload at plus 10, so I'll change this 40 to 50. And now we see that she can finish 2 salvos with 2.9 seconds left over. The calculator also shows partial salvos. For example, Type 95 without snorkel, the bottom row, can do 2.25 salvos even with reload back to 40, it's the same. 2.25 salvos. Max limit broken submarines have 4 torpedo mounts, so 2.25 means 2 full salvos from 4 mounts plus a third salvo from 1 mount, or 18 total torpedoes. I also have a table here structured the same way as the wiki table if you're familiar with that. It shows the minimum final reload stat needed to fully complete that many salvos in the ideal case. But wait, it has a range in each cell, and you can find out what that means by reading this line here at the beginning. My table is color-coded according to the cats and O's needed for that specific sub to reach that reload number. So green means 0 reload needed from cats and O's, and purple means it's impossible, even with max everything. If you want to learn more, then do check the simulation and theory sections. It's only a 10-minute read. And that's it for me. The following is Baraka doing 2.25 salvos with the Type 95 setup I used in the calculator, and then also Albacore with 126 reload and no snorkel doing 2 full salvos of bidder. Because as you can see here, I predict 120 to 131 reload needed for Albacore to do 2 full salvos of bidder. Now the wiki page predicts 154 reload. So in the following video, I pulled it off with 126 reload, which is almost 30 reload less than this one says.
母校で噂の入ってはならないエリアとか